kids, that is.
And the number
Planet KCET, where there's infinitely more. For kids, that is. Planet KCET, where there's infinitely more. For kids, that is. Planet KCET. For kids, that is.
the Conway Show, and when we start with the first story here, presenting a story with Alex Aisin and Silverado on the set of Rock in New Mexico. Nice to see you, man. How you been? Good, man. Yeah, all right. Things wrong with you. Before we do this, were you a guy in school that went all the time? Do you have any attendance records? Do you have like a well-attended school? Yes. I don't feel like I really was. My dad used to pull us out of school and fixing the bar like parade. Dad knew what was going on. Yeah. I bet you learned more in the boat with Dad than you did in school. Yeah, I would say so. Nice. Yeah, in the Yellow Tail with Biden, somehow every kid in the Crowley household had a cold. That's great. But I think that's an award we got to change because that's not, this COVID now, that's not honorable. To say, the kid attended every day of school. No, your kid never got sick. No, he was sick a couple times when he went anyway. Right? Like, what the heck? What's wrong with you? I think they gotta get rid of that, perfect attendance award. You ever get that card in your like a perfect attendance round? I didn't enjoy your school. Yeah, look at you, dude. Right? You enjoyed that. So I think I get rid of that perfect thing. Like the perfect attendance record. Yeah. All right, well, Blake Perry's with us. The gun on the set. What do you say? What do you think? I'm sure the biggest development today is just this kind of the capacity assistance reaction. This is the person who reportedly handed Alex Baldwin the gun. And now we're seeing that he's got a pass. In 2019, he was caught off of one production for safety issue. Somebody else said they observed him doing things that they weren't really a fan of, and this is kind of ignoring safety protocols is what she's alleging. So it's going to be interesting to see what the investigation comes down to. I think that's the biggest development today. Wednesday's kind of the day to keep your eye on. That's when the investigators are saying they're going to be holding a press conference. And I think that's when we're really going to get a lot of clarity. You read these reports, and I'm sure you're seeing these reports come out. Obviously, they're all, coming out of New Mexico. And it seems like things are kind of developing.
Right.
The last few days, everything's kind of evolving.
Yeah.
So I think Wednesday's going to be the day we get a lot of clarity on exactly what happened.
And they shut down production until the investigation's over.
The production is shut down right now.
All right, well, but I don't know. You never know what to believe because somebody could, the guy with the gun could have been careless, or it is the Hollywood crew, right? Not a fan of guns. And so it could also just be, the anti-gun group trying to pin one of them. It's going to be very interesting to see what the investigation brings. Again, I would say watching, to me, if somebody's been trying to follow this story, it's just evolving. It's getting clear, as for, what happened. They were rehearsing the scene. He was supposed to point the gun toward the camera, Alec Baldwin was, when it went off. But again, as for a cause, that's not clear right now. Maybe Wednesday we'll get a better idea. What are investigators thinking? What are they looking for in this situation? And I really think Wednesday's going to be the day we get clarity. In the meantime, this has started a conversation among people that work in Hollywood. The best example of this is there's a change.org basically it's calling on Alec Baldwin to use his influence to try to ban actual real guns from movie sets. This has gotten over 28,000 signatures, and
the main argument, I heard this
Hey,
last night
trash.
at the vigil. I was talking to people in the industry, is we have the technology these days. We don't need to have real guns on set. That's the I would say the paramount argument for this.
I totally get it. Right? I mean, why have guns around a lot of people who hate them and are unfamiliar with it? A lot of, the crew. The crew are all, gun guys, right? They're prop guys. They're, But the actresses and actors, the producers, they're all, directors, they're all, anti-gun.
Punishment.
Pulled on the crew. With CGI, there's no reason to have, a real gun on the set. Unless they're doing it for the actual weight of it. When you, this is what I can't stand, when you watch television,
Betrayal.
and Friends does this a lot, I've noticed. But Friends has, they'll have a coffee cup, a large coffee cup, and a guy will be handling it, and you can obviously see there's nothing in that cup. Like when a guy brings in luggage, those suitcases are always empty, right? And he handles them, like they're feathers. And it always bothered me that the prop guy wouldn't put a couple weights in there to make him look like the bag dragged through the airport. Right at 50 pounds each. Like you shouldn't have to, you shouldn't have to be the brunt of my anger when it comes to me traveling with heavy bags. But I do understand that the weight of a gun, it looks more authentic because guns are heavy, and maybe just put some sand in a.
I will be curious to see. I know there are some, cinematic. I would call them cinematic purists that don't like the whole CGI movement.
Right.
So I'd be curious to see if there is any blowback on that side, but it's getting a lot of support right now to get real guns, off the set. Now your dad was
present
on a lot of these sets. Yeah, back when there was no CGI.
No, they all. My dad had a show called Rango, and where he played. It was a western. In fact, here's how far back it goes. There was a character. You know what? Now I'm not even sure if I can talk about it on the air because everybody's. I'm going to censor myself, right? Because that's what we all worry about nowadays. But yeah, when they did Rango or when they did McHale's Navy, there was a lot of real weapons that they used. These guys carry around real guns. Did your dad ever come back home and tell you stories they weren't using, obviously the machine guns on the boat weren't authentic, but we had, when my dad did Apple Dumpling Gang, right? An Apple Dumpling Gang Rides Again. Right, Zach? You're a big fan, right? Apple Dumpling Gang? First one, yeah. Yeah, big first one. You know what? I'm with you on that one. The Apple Dumpling Gang Rides Again was not nearly as good as Apple Dumpling Gang. I mean, I've never seen the second one, but... Oh, don't even bother. Don't even bother. Matter of fact, I'll bring it in, and I'll give it to you, and you can go watch it at home. I have a coffee table made out of those CDs or DVDs. But they carried... my dad, when he was doing Apple Dumpling Gang, he had two guns, one on each side, and they were real guns. They were authentic real guns. They weren't loaded. And there was a guy on the set. It was Disney, so they're very careful. But they had a guy check that gun 2-3 times before they gave it to him, and then when he gave it back, it was checked again. And everybody on the set was very cautious about the guns. Everybody. But I think that's the way it is now. I bet if you go and look at at Russ, except for that one incident, I bet everybody's very careful, right? The people are just careful with them.
Yeah, again, this is going to be a situation where I think.
What comes out Wednesday? What's supposed to?
Well, that's when they're hosting a press conference.
Oh,
so that's
okay.
And that's kind of my main point is, right now there's kind of a lot of speculation around, what's been released. But I think Wednesday we're going to get a much clearer picture of what is at least on the mind of investigators, what they might be seeing in their forensics that could point to what causes the accident.
Do they know whether he was
Yeah, no, they were not filming at the time. And again, the cause of why the gun went off was still...
Man, it would have been unbelievable to see that on film, right? His reaction to shooting and killing somebody. It was wild. And then there's a lot of people on Twitter because Allison, back in 2015, was ridiculing a cop who had killed a young lady who was trying to stab another woman and said, how does it feel like to kill an innocent person, right? Going after the cop. And now a lot of those people on Twitter are going after Alec Baldwin saying the same thing. And how does it feel like to kill an innocent person? Just tear him up, man. Unbelievable.
buddy, 3K coming in, then Wednesday is the big deal. Wednesday, yeah. So Wednesday we're gonna, get an update, and I really think that's the day we're gonna get a much clearer picture of at least, where the beginning of this investigation is. And where's that going to be? In New Mexico? This is going to be in New Mexico. Are you going? Are you heading out? No? It's a little outside the KFI budget. I know. It's sitting in the office watching. All right, so come back on Wednesday. Blake Troll, everybody. All right, we're live on KFI AM at 640. More now with Crozier. San Francisco's fourth wettest day since the gold rush times has resulted in flooded highways, flood flows in areas. A former tennis coach is pleading guilty to taking more than $2 million to help get wealthy kids into Georgetown University. And a victim of serial killer John Wayne Gacy's been identified in Chicago. The young man was from North Carolina in the 1970s. 5 of Gacy's victims are still unidentified. We'll check the 405. Coming up. All right, let's talk about our privacy, right? Nobody wants their private information exposed, shared, or sold online. Nobody. But unfortunately, it's happening to you and to millions of people around the world every single day. Well, it's time to take our privacy back. That's what my friends at ScoreMaster. You know the company that adds credit score points fast? You know these guys, right? ScoreMaster? Well, they have a brand new feature that empowers you to remove your private information from these websites once and for all. And stop
is
them
the
from selling it
franchise
permanently.
name.
All with the push of a button. How convenient. Right now, your children's names, where they go to school, can be found on third-party websites and sold to anybody worldwide. No good. No good. ScoreMaster puts a stop to all of that. And anyone online dating, that guy or gal, you don't
It's
want to see
160.
anymore. One Google search away from ringing that doorbell, right? Ding dong. And all of a sudden, there he is. Well, I urge everybody to go to ScoreMaster right away. Add credit score points fast, right? But most importantly, get your privacy back. So check it out right now. ScoreMaster.com/tips.
Actually,
ScoreMaster.com/tips. This is Chris Collinsworth. Here's what's trending on the iHeart Sports Network. Presented by Duramax. UFC legend Carson Palmer said he's giving input into the Trojans head coaching search, and that Steelers head coach Mike Tomlin could be a wildcard candidate for the job. Angels two-way phenom Shohei Ohtani was named a finalist for the Silver Slugger Award as a DH. The Dodgers' Max Muncy, Justin Turner, Trey Turner, and Will Smith cracked the list at their positions. And the World Series starts tomorrow, but there are reports that MLB is heading towards a work stoppage for the first time in 26 years. I'm J.D. Hafford. Download the DraftKings app and use code SPORTS to get a free shot at millions of dollars up for grabs this week with your first deposit. Minimum $5 deposit required. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com for details. Things are slow. This is over the pad.
This is the northbound side of the 405, getting away from Scarborough Center. That drive remains slow ahead to the 101. And the connector to travel north on the 101, pretty crowded as well, looking a lot better once you make your way to the main flow. Now, the southbound side of the 101, it's moving well out of the Woodland Hills area, no problems there. A little crowded ahead in Studio City, away from Laurel Canyon as you travel ahead to the 170, 134 Let's look at the drive in Anaheim Hills, 91 eastbound, loading up away from the 55 freeway. Delays heavy and slow ahead to Green River. And the drive out of Chino Hills, 71 southbound, remains slow away from Pine Avenue to the 91. KFI in the sky helps get you there faster. I'm Angel Martinez.
This report is sponsored by iAccidentLawyer.com. Tired of the BS? We spent $500,000 at risk. Result $8 million for legacy motorcyclists. Attention savvy. Looking for predictable monthly cash flow? Want to reduce uncertainty, hedge inflation, and stock market risk with double-digit targeted returns? If you want the safety and security of a real estate investment without the hassle of being a landlord, you've probably heard of NRIA. NRIA is an industry-leading real estate development firm in its 15th year, developing strategically located, lower-risk, high-demand neighborhoods based on supply-demand imbalance. They're a great fit for safety-oriented investors who want cash flow and diversification into carefully chosen real estate. Learn more about the NRIA Real Estate Development Fund at
confidence and poise are expressed as a step. Confidence and poise are expressed as a step. A confident focus, yeah. Poise was used as his efficacy to develop a power of it. He called which was the paralysis of breaking musicians. Up to 7 passengers shared comfortably in the left train ticket. Handover, depending on translation. Passengers is always short, translation features. Front side in bed, a vanguard, on side, for distress, ABS. That's the careful fee. That's the details. Details has a 50 vehicle.